Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So as you can see, this is our dashboard. We have the total tickets, the assigned tickets, closed tickets, and the resolved tickets. Then we have some graphs here. So you can actually categorize the tickets based on some items like the statuses, the priority, and even you can list down the tickets here. So you can see you have the number of tickets, that is the numbers, the title, the description, priority, status, created by, created on, and the number of tickets, that is the number of comments, and you can actually view the comments. So on the dashboard, you can also see on the navigation side, you have the recent tickets. So these are the recent tickets that have been added by users, and you can actually add a new ticket. So you can select the agency, the ticket category, and even the subcategory. And you can also attach a document and you can save it. Then you also have the assigned tickets, the resolved tickets, the closed tickets, the ticket comments. So here you can see these are the comments, the ticket categories, the subcategories, and the audit trails. So everything we are doing on our application, we're actually tracking the items that were done by certain users and what they did and what are the affected tables and even the modules. Then you have the error logs. You can see the errors without users reporting them. You can actually note them before even the users realize. Then you have the system users. So these are all the users within the application, and you can also register new users. You also have the system codes. So these are all drop-down options. For example, like gender, like the religion, and also like the system ticket statuses. Then you have the system code details. So the system codes is for a way of you actually grouping those options, for example, education level. Then for the system code details are now the individual options. So if I just do educational level here, so if I just do that, I don't know if we have, let's just do gender. Yes, so you'll see the system code is gender, then the options are male and female, and you can add more. Then you have the system roles. So these are all the roles within the system, and you can actually assign rights. So you can see these are all the rights. So I can actually select the items that I want to assign rights to them, and I can actually give them the rights. So if I just save, then the rights will be assigned. Then you have the departments. So these are all the departments within the system. You can add new departments, and you can also save. You have the system tasks. So these are all the modules, submodules, and even actions that can be done. And we are actually using this to control what you can access and what you cannot access within our application. Then you have the user profiles. This now gives you all the profiles. And you can see currently we have actually restricted to some of the users. Then you have the system settings. So you can add all the settings within the application. For example, the password expiry, the ticket resolutions. So if I click new, you can add all those options. Then you have the countries. You can add as many countries as you can. And also cities, you can add as many cities as you can. So what I want us to do today is I want us to actually be able to export some of our data into PDF. For example, you can see I have a button here called Generate PDF. So you can change this even to, you can call it export. So let's just go to cities. So if you go to cities, so where is it? So navigate to cities. So under index, we can call this export. Export. So this should be export to PDF. So you can say export to PDF. So we now want on our application, you can actually export some data to PDF and even to Excel. So that is what we want to do. So if you are following this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing and like the video. And in case you need the source code, you can use the link down below to claim the source code. And you can also buy us coffee in case you feel like we are doing something great. So the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to add a NuGet. And we are going to use a Ding PDF for that. So search something called Ding to PDF and install that particular NuGet. So once you've installed that particular NuGet, I want us to create our service that will be exporting now our data. This will be dynamic, that will be exporting our data to PDF and even to Excel. So what I want us to do, I want us to go to services here, and I want us to create, let's create a folder called interfaces. So let's just create a folder called interfaces. So that is our folder. Then we are going to create an interface. So new item. So let's just create new item. Sorry, let's create a class. So let's create a class. Then we are going to select an interface, and we are going to call this interface. We are going to call it I export service. So I export service.cs. Then if we add it, then we'll be having our interface here. So I want us to define some of the items that we are going to do. And you can see it is actually proposing to us. So I want us to say task. Then here, this will be byte. You can see, so you can say this will be export to. So you can call it export to PDF. Then on export to PDF, what we need to do is we can actually send something here. So you can send here, let's just do here string URL. Then you can also say string, you can do report title. Then you can do string, you can do paper kind. So you can say we want, let's say our paper kind will be A3, say A3. Then you can also do orientation. So you can also do orientation. So I'll just do here orientation, orientation, and that orientation. So you can see, so I want that orientation, and you can say dot portrait. So you can do dot portrait. So I want us to remove this particular item that it has been imported. You see this? I want us to remove this. And here, I want us to use something. Instead of using that, I want us to use this PDF. And here, you'll notice that this is portrait. So we'll just do portrait. So you can say this is orientation. Then you say orientation equals to orientation. Then you can say dot, you see, portrait. So that's what we want. So we have our first method that you are going to implement. Then we can now copy this. So let's just have this here. Let me zoom this. And also I can do this. Then here, I want us to copy this. So I want us to add as many as we can that we are going to use. So we have the export to PDF. And you can say export, let's do export page to PDF. Here, you can actually pass a model. So here, I want us to pass a model. So this one, we are going to call it, so let's create a model called report generation view model. So I want us to create a model called, so let's just create a model here, view model actually. We are going to call it report generation view model. Report generation view model. So this will be our model, report generation view model. Then on that report generation view model, we can add some properties. So then this one will be, let's just do T. Then here we can say here public, can do string. We can actually supply the report title. We can say get set. You can also do some other things. You can say file name. So that will be the name of the file. You can also do here URL. You can also do the user who actually generated the file. User. You can also do date generated. You can say here, these are generic date generated. These are generic properties that are actually related to reports. So then here we can also do here, can also do something else. You can say export type. So you can say export type. Then we can do here, let's now do here, let's do the model. So the model that will be supplied, because this will be dynamic. So you can say here dot model, say here model. Then I also want us to do the orientation. So I want us to do the orientation. So I'll also do here public orientation or orientation, and you're going to use the link one, the link to PDF. Then you just say page. So I'll do here page orientation. Then you are going to do here equals to, you can actually define orientation equals to portrait. Then we can also have the paper kind. So I'll say public paper kind, and you can see it is actually suggesting for us. So we have that. Then I think we just have the title. That's cool. So once we have this, so this class here, we are going now to have it on our generic service here. So I want us to do, instead of doing that, I want us to now add it on our generic service. And this generic service, it will be expecting now this model. So you can do here, view model, you can do that, and you can say T. So it will be expecting that, and this will be equals to that, and we can actually call this model. And we need to import this. So we are going to import this using our view model. Then that's cool. So this one will be, so it should be report. Then we need to say here, need to close this, and you can say here using system.web. So if we do that, then this one we need to say here. So this will be equals to T. I close that, sorry. Need to close that. So what I want us to do now, we need to, there's something here. We need to say here export to PDF requires T. That's cool. So if we do that, then we've done the PDF one. So we can now do Excel. So if we do, can say here file stream result. So file stream result. Then you can say export to Excel. So what do we need in Excel? We actually need enumerable, a list of data to be exported. And you can say here we just need an object, and that will be the data. So you say this is data, and you can actually pass even the file name. So that's cool. So this is export to Excel. So that's one way, or you can actually have another way of exporting to Excel, and say export to Excel, and you can supply a model. You can do that. Then you can have the list. You can have the list of the model. Say here T. You can say here list data, and we have the file name. So that's how you can do that. Then another thing is you can export. So I think that is one. So you can also export to PDF with an async method. So let's just do here. So let's just copy this. I want us to do here another method. Let's just export to PDF async. That will be asynchronous. Then we have our report. Then we can say here we can supply the path. So this will be string. So since we have this now, this is what we are going to implement. So we can now create our service that we are going to implement some of these items. So one thing that we are going to do is, I want us to go to our services. So here, then you are going to create a class called export service. If we do that, so this is our export service, and it should actually inherit some of the items from our export. And this one is our interface. We need to import it. And if you do that, you can actually now add the implementation. So you can say implement our interface. You can see it will add all the methods here. So We can now go one by one, implementing some of the items that we have. The first thing is to create our constructor. So I'll do that. And in our constructor, we need to have some items here.